Hi and welcome to the garden project, Mayo Field Reclamation. This is part 4 of a series of videos charting the reclamation of a disused, uncultivated and weed infested field in County Mayo, Ireland. The project commenced in June 2018. The objective of the project is to turn this field into a productive garden. If you are interested in following our progress from the beginning, please have a look at parts 1 to 3. Advice, ideas and constructive comment is welcome. We are now 18 months into the project. We have cleared the field of all debris, we've levelled it and we've put in temporary drainage. We planted over 500 trees and created 4 makeshift raised beds in which we started a vegetable garden. In terms of the time and effort to get this far in the project, it can be spelled out in blood, sweat, blisters and pain. Most weekends working in the garden, many evenings after work, and annual leave which could otherwise have been spent on a foreign holiday. But so far it's been a real challenge, a great learning experience, and it certainly teaches you patience and the value of time. Weeds. Weeds have been a major problem. At the same time as planting the trees, we should have also laid weed membrane, but we didn't. We just put the trees straight in the ground. This lesson has been learned at a great cost in both time and back-breaking labour. We initially sprayed the field with Roundup and it killed off all the weeds, but since the spring of 19 they've returned with a vengeance, and it's been a major and constant battle to keep them at bay. In particular reeds, creeping buttercup and ground elder, all of which are a nightmare to pull from the ground. As you can see from the video, we don't intend to face the same weed challenges in 2020. We've now laid weed membrane and there's a lot more to be laid. The trees were planted as whips between November 18 and January 19. Of the 500 planted, we've lost just 7 through wind damage. Since the spring of 2019, the trees have developed very well, and some more so than others. The Italian alder and silver birch are growing rapidly as expected. The hawthorn is coming on nicely, as is the hornbeam, which is already producing beautiful autumn colour. Wild cherry does not like the wind and is struggling where planted in exposed areas. They are doing extremely well where they've been planted in sheltered areas. Guelder Rose has provided us with some beautiful autumn colour, and likewise the rowan trees. We planted white willow in the wet area of the garden. It is growing at an amazing rate, as is the other types of willow we planted in the wet area. We've had problems with hares. Hares have damaged all the spindle trees. They also attacked the holly trees. Both, however, are surviving. Now, although they were protected with hare and rabbit barrier, the hares still managed to nibble at the tender shoots and young branches. So we'll need to put a tall netting around them if they're to survive. Hazel, elder and western red cedar are not doing well. Not yet, at least. We'll continue to tend to them and see how they develop over the coming years. In previous videos we showed how wet the garden could become. To cure this problem, we levelled the field and put in some open drains. The flow was naturally downhill to a waterlogged area. As you can see, the drains have made the area even wetter. But we've done this with an added purpose. With an abundance of water flowing into the area, we intend to create a natural wild pond. So we'll need to get our engineering hats on. We'll need to be able to retain water to sustain the pond, and that will involve some sort of retaining structure. At the same time, we'll need to allow excess water to flow away through the ground. We'll be keeping a close eye on the water levels from here on in. So far they have not risen any higher than you can see in the video, and it's not likely that it'll get any higher. However, these drains were dug during the summer and have not yet experienced prolonged winter and spring rains. We need to be sure of the nature of the water flow and the levels before building our pond. These bales were donated by a neighbouring farmer. They are made of cut reeds which are abundant in the surrounding fields. The farmers cut them and bale them, but dispose of the bales as the reeds have no farming use. As you can see, once unrolled, the bales provide a great deal of material. material which we can use as mulch or weed suppressant. And we have been putting it to use. This is our fruit and veg garden. It's 4 raised beds filled with soil and plenty of compost. We will be planting a variety of veg next year and making use of the areas covered with membrane. They have been covered for 9 months now, so they should be weed free when it comes to planting in spring. Make the job a little easier. I'm delighted to say this old field, which has been derelict and unproductive for the past 25 years, is now becoming productive. This year we had an abundance of carrots, onions, lettuce and shallots, and now that the ground is prepared, next year we'll add a lot more variety and maybe add some fruit. So that's it, folks, for this update. We'll bring a new video in the spring or summer of 2020, but for now, take care and happy gardening.